Alright guys, what's up? I'm going to be showing you guys how to put a rad relocate on a 07 to 13 Honda Rancher 420. I couldn't find any videos. I didn't look that hard, so anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to plug these guys. They did not help me out in any way. I bought this full price, but it's Rekluse Off-Road. They got what seems to be a great product. It looks good. There's a little scratch right there, but who cares? I'm gonna get it scratched up anyways. They're $130 shipped, or they might not be shipped. You can do a custom design. You can have them engraved whatever you want here. The background coloring, the mesh can be any color. It comes with the hoses, the bolts, everything you see here was included for 130 bucks. I think is a pretty good deal. Both the cheapest one I found, and you can customize it. So got a lot of that. So I'm just gonna try to slowly figure it out and let you guys know step by step. Start by popping these two little push rivets out. I just broke them, but I'm good at breaking them. And then you're gonna wanna pull this wire off here, the little same kind of little push rivet thing. I'm gonna have to get it in there with two hands, and then this should come loose. You wanna do the same thing on both sides. All right, guys, got this side off. Same concept. There's another one of these you gotta take off or break off. And if your wheeler's like mine, broken in a lot of spots, your headlight's gonna wanna fall out once you take that out there for some reason. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take those off. Take these, I think they're 10 or 11 mils, I'm not sure. Unplug these on each side and go ahead and take your lights out. Once you get that plug off, there's actually another plug. So you're gonna do on the top here, you're gonna pry this little piece of rubber out, like that. And you got that bolt out there, that was a 10 mil actually. And now there's this little clip, see if I can get it one-handed without breaking it, maybe. No, I'm gonna break it, but yeah, grab that off and then the light will come out. Another thing I missed, if your lights aren't broken, there will be, where'd it go now? There's a Phillips right in there, you gotta get out. I can focus on it. There we go, there's a Phillips right in there, you gotta get out too. Okay guys, and I took this whole little harness out of here because I don't think I'm gonna be putting these back in because my stock lights are absolutely trash. I'm gonna be putting a light bar on anyways, so I think I'm just gonna do some like maybe wire mesh plates or something back there to make it look sweet. But anyways, right here, there's a tab that sits in there like that. Lift up, lift forward, both sides. Boom, just like that, you can pull that right out. Next, I believe, is I'm gonna take off this hose here and I'm gonna shove it up somewhere so hopefully all the coolant doesn't leak out. And then it's just slid into dowels there. So I think I'm gonna take these two 10s out and see what happens from there. This little vent line off here, crack that hose loose, take the hose clamp off, and I just twist it like this, and then you can wiggle it free. And I took my seat and side plastics off, and if you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't be working on this. But then you're gonna want to pull the coolant line all the way back up so it can just sit up there so it won't leak any more coolant that it already has. And I'd suggest putting a drain pan underneath it, even though I missed a little bit. So yeah. All right, now you got these bolts out, which I'm probably not doing this in the completely right order, but I'm gonna crack this loose like that, like I told you. And then this is gonna want to leak a lot, so I got a drain pan under there. Oh, I kind of made it. Most of it, like I said. And you're gonna want to grab that hose clamp off because I believe you're gonna want to reuse this, at least for my kit. I want that drain for a second. The original plan was to just pull the radiator and fan out as one, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So you're gonna need to take the two 10 mils out on each side of that. And there's one, you can see my ratchet down there. You need to take that off also. And this one, this line, you're also gonna wanna tuck up like that. And then this should pull out after you get that one off. Right there, it sucks. You gotta use a 1/4 inch ratchet and 10 mil. It will come out finally, it'll take like forever, but then the radiator will come out. And I'm gonna go ahead and wash this because there's mud packed in mine. And that's like the reason of doing the rad relocate. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that out before I do anything else. But then the next step, let's see. Next step, this should just pull out here. and unplug some wires and another vent line. All right, that probably took honestly as long as the rest of taking this apart did to get it somewhat pretty clean. As you can see, I can see through most of them now. There's a few little chunks in there, but it should be fine, screw it. But what I did is I cleaned it out in a crappy sink with water, and then I used my air compressor with just a nozzle like this, and gently sprayed it. You're gonna wanna go from the back side, from this side that way, because think about it, the dirt is gonna be coming from the front like this, all the mud packing in, so you're gonna spray it back out the way it came. But if you bend your fins or anything like that, don't blame me. I didn't bend any, these are all like this, but just don't use too much air pressure and you'll be fine. All right, let's pull this little piece out here and then see what's next. All right, guys, once you get this out, you just gotta unplug this, and I had that fan line ran up my snorkel. I'm guessing you guys are snorkel if you're putting a rad relocate on, so I just had to pull that line out of there. And another kind of hard part, there was the bushings sitting in them holes there that the little forks on the radiator went to. These little pins here, forks, whatever you want to call them. Pull them out, the flathead, they're kind of crappy to put in. Put some lube on them of any kind, and then put them back into these holes here. Put this piece of mesh on here. You're gonna start putting these on. Gonna have a nut in the washer, or a bolt in the washer. Then you're gonna want another washer and nut on both sides. And then get these both on once you have them little dowel holders in. Bolts tightened up, it'll look something like this. Now, one thing I noticed with the placement of my snorkel, let's see here, is it hits right there on there. So, yeah, I don't know if I could, I'm debating on if I'll have to put the radiator in there and see also. But if anything, I was thinking cut this off because I don't really want this on here anyways. Cut that off, slide it up more, and then cut the excess off this once I clamp it, or just cut this off. But I don't know. I'm going to put the radiator in there, see how it looks with it in, and then we'll give it another check out. All right, guys, I got the radiator into the Radiator Relocate. Looks pretty good. I scratched it up a bit. Kind of kicking myself for flipping it upside down on top of here. But I don't know. It'll get scratched up anyways. And here's... Oh, didn't try to do that. Here's how it goes. So you actually have to loosen all 4 of these bolts. Those dowels are in. Slide the radiator into it. Get these back, both of these, in all the way on both sides. And I actually forgot to put some washers on there, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. And then washer, nut, same thing. Snug it up, make sure it's all lined up, then crank these guys down. And that's pretty much all you have for putting this into here. Now, I'm gonna have a little bit of problems here because it's wanting to hit my snorkel, like right there. So I think I'm gonna cut this bar out anyways because I don't want that there. But I might have to take a little bit off here. I don't know yet. Just the way I did my snorkel, it's not a problem with the rad relocator or anything. That's just how I have it set up. So I'll let you know when I figure out what I'm gonna do here. All right, guys, so what I had to do to make it the way I want it, I had to get rid of this bar that was right there, which I'll clean up later. And I had to cut, this is just because where my snorkel is, I had to cut that out right there. Sand it down. Now I'm going to clean this all up afterwards. And yeah, I'll have to put the hoses on. That's about it. Alright guys, got that step done. So now, this line coming off the top of the cylinder head here goes through. Routed it around there. I'm hoping this should work good. And it comes up through the old hole. Right there, that plastic cover went. Right up to the top one. And the lower one, I routed through this here because it got rid of less kinks. Or got rid of kinks. Runs down through here into that stock little holder, which you can't really see. And then over to here, where it went in stock place. So yeah, now what I've done is I've bolted it up. It's all set in there. For my application, I ended up cutting a little bit off of here to fit the snorkel, and I trimmed these so I could put it a little farther forward. You don't have to do that. That's just what I did for my snorkel setup. And then for the vent line, they went to the bottom of the fan there. If I can see it right there. Runs down under here, right into there, and it just kind of loops back right up around. And I cut all these zip ties and I put, that's the fan one right there. So I just rerouted that back in there. And now all I have to do, I might not be able to do this right now. I don't have any extra vent line, but I just got to run this one here, run it down into here. So I only have about to like right there with it or so, or a little farther, like right there, here. So yeah, I need to find a different vent line, but other than that, I'm done. So I'll get back to you guys when I'm done completely. All right, guys, I extended that vent line. I filled it up with coolant to the top of the radiator. It gobbled, or whatever you want to call it, a few times. Now just watch the level, make sure it stays right at the top, and let it run with the cap off for a little bit, and then wait for the coolant to drop down.